How's it going, everyone? DeathWink here. And I know that many of you believe that previous week's chapter was not as good. I can just assure you that this chapter is absolutely amazing and it just blew up my mind. None of this was as I expected, not at all. So here I get into the review of this chapter. So the chapter is titled Not Here, and on the cover pic it is a new cover story has been started, and Bartholomew and his companion are telling the stories of Straw Hats to these turtles, and all of them are crying. And then we get to the Hall of Treasure, where Big Moms is caressing and cuddling Brooke and holding him, and while Big Mom's soldiers check out Brooke whether he has stolen something or not, and he is just in his briefs and he is wearing nothing at all, and he is being held by Big Mom's hand. He is obviously weak against a Yonko, and we get to know that Brooke has defeated many of the homies and chess warriors, but the three homies which he wasn't able to defeat were the Napoleon, Bicon, the hat that Big Mom wears, Zeus the Thundercloud, and Prometheus the Sun. We get to know about that, and then the chess warriors and the soldiers say that there isn't anything inside of Brooke's clothes, and then Big Mom is happy that Brooke wasn't able to steal anything. Gold Roger. Freaking Gold Roger, the Pirate King himself, confronted Big Mom in the past and stole Big Mom's poneglyph. So we get to know that Big Mom is possessing the poneglyph for more than 30 years or so, and by that time Big Mom would have been like 25 years, and now she is like 50 years or something. But Big Mom sure is old, and she still is a Yonko level. It's just absolutely insane. So what I assume is she might have been a Yonko since the era of Goldie Roger, and she still is a Yonko. Just like Whitebeard, well, unlike 2 years ago, Whitebeard died, but you know, Big Mom is still alive, so she's still a Yonko. And then we get to know that the same thing that Roger and Big Mom had confrontation in the past before, and Big Mom obviously lost to Roger. Instead of stealing the poneglyph, he defeated her. And then we get to see Pudding and her lineage, and we get to see that Pudding is a hybrid and a mixed version of a third-eyed race and Big Mom, which is a half-giant race. And this kind of reminds me of Dragon Ball Z, where there are half Saiyans, and Big Mom say that you aren't able to use the power of the three-eyed race because of you are half human and half three-eyed race. And this reminds me of Super Saiyan from Dragon Ball. Well, half Saiyans are absolutely insanely powerful, well, on the same level as the Saiyan, or even, you know, more than that. There were theories about that. So I believe that. Why is that? If Oda, we got to know that, is inspired by Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball has some similarities to One Piece, and the three-eyed race and a hybrid can unleash his or her power. And I have a little theory for you guys. Pudding has somehow created love for Sanji. When we see Sanji in pain, Pudding will acknowledge it and will be in a dilemma and would be raging up from inside, but won't be able to react because of Big Mom. And at that moment she will get to know about the power of the third eye, and that moment she will possess the power of the third eye. So this is the little theory. And then we get to third floor in the garden, and we get to see Pedro and Baron Tamago confronting each other, and Baron Tamago has eaten a Tama Tama no Mi, which gives him ability related to evolution. If he gets cut into two, he will evolve. If he gets cut into two again, he will evolve again. So he basically evolved to a chick from an egg, and then when he got cut again, he evolved into a chicken. So anyways, Pedro supposedly wasn't able to defeat Baron Tamago. When Pedro wasn't able to defeat Baron Tamago, he got to his last resort, and he brought out the explosives and made them on fire, and at that moment Chopper saved Pedro's ass. You know, he comes out of the mirror, takes him inside of the mirror world, and at that moment the mirror explodes. So it was just on a nick of time. Pedro got saved on just a nick of time. And then we get to see that Garrett's drawing is pretty good, but there is a beautiful touch, and everyone's looking pretty, you know, girlish, a woman type. Everyone, you can see Pedro, Brooke, and then Sanji and Nami, and see Luffy with that straw hat. Wow. Chopper and the trio get to know about Nami is with Jinbei, and then Chopper is shocked. Jinbei? What is he doing here? And then we get to the scene with Luffy. Luffy is looking for Sanji and kicking the asses of the soldiers and the guards, and he gets grabbed by someone, and Reiju pulls him inside of the room, inside of the infirmary, and then Luffy says that you are injured, and then we get a little fan service. Reiju is just in her panties and all that stuff. One of her leg is one of her leg is injured and is wounded. She also explains that Sanji knows about Pudding's true nature and he isn't being deceived. Luffy is, kind of relieved that if he's not being deceived, then it's good. I already did all the other things that I could. And then we see a smile on his face again, and then he gets out of the window and gets dropped down, and then he says that the place of promise is not here. So I guess that he is going to the place where Luffy made a commitment that I'm gonna stay here until and unless you come to pick me up and feed me. By then I won't eat anything until it comes from your hand. When Reiju offers food to Luffy, Luffy denies that I don't need anything, and then Reiju get reminded of the same commitment that Luffy made, that I ain't eating anything until it comes from your hand, Sanji. And then we get to see Sanji. He is thinking about Zeph, and we get to know about a conversation that Reiju and Sanji had, a little bit of it, and the conversation that Big Mom and Sanji had, and what Judge said to Sanji in his past. And that was definitely a sad moment, a kind of sad moment. And then we also get to see that Sanji hears Pudding saying that I'm gonna kill every one of them. I'm gonna kill every one of the Winsmoke. And then when Sanji kicks Luffy to go away, you filthy pirates, Luffy and Nami and Luffy were crying. And then you get to know that Sanji is thinking about that I can't go back anymore, Luffy. He is just feeling guilty about his acts. And that was definitely a impactful moment, I guess, and it's gonna take part in future. Sanji is gonna cry for another time, and everything will get fixed up with Luffy, of course, and then they'll go to Wano and all that stuff. But before that, a major role of Caesar is gonna get played, and a major role of Brook is gonna get played. And there were theories about, especially Jabba made it, about Brook being the trump card, but I guess it has been debunked by now. But who knows, anything might happen, any twist might come. So this was this chapter, guys. So just to summarize it all, we get to the first scene is with Big Mom having Brook, and Big Mom explains that I had a fight with Roger himself, and Roger was able to steal the poneglyphs from me to her defeat, and then had the poneglyph. So I guess that Roger was no cheater, no deceiver, no nothing. He was a pure guy who just acts on his instincts and does the righteous thing that he has to do, he just has to do. And then we get to the scene with Baron Tamago and Pedro, and we get to see Baron's devil fruit. And then we get to know that Chopper saves Pedro and takes him inside of the mirror world. And then we get to Sanji. Sanji is kicking everyone's asses. Reiju tells everything to Luffy that Sanji is aware of everything, and then Luffy says that I gotta go back to the place where I promised him to meet. And then Reiju is also shown to be kind of sad, and Sanji is getting reminded of his flashbacks. He is having memories of his flashbacks, especially the sad moments. And that was that. And it definitely was an awesome chapter. And if I had to rate it out of 10, I would give it 10 out of 10. No doubt about it. It was just absolutely amazing chapter. It just blew up my mind. It was of 15 pages or so, but it was absolutely amazing. And the good thing is that we are not on another break, which is absolutely amazing thing to expect. So this was it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my review on that and the mini theory that I stated. That's all for this, guys. I hope you liked this video. Smash that like button if you did. Comment your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'm DeathWink, and I'll see you in the next one.